Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson grilled Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas earlier this week, demanding real numbers, real information about the border. Well, I spoke to the senator about it just a few minutes ago. Joining us now is the man who had that intense back and forth with DHS Secretary Mayorkas, a member of the Senate Homeland Security Committee. Senator Ron Johnson, thank you so much for joining us. Senator, we've been talking about in the monologue here, back and forth. Mayorkas doesn't seem to know what the heck the number is, doesn't want to know or doesn't tell us. Have they gotten the number to you yet, sir, as we speak?
No, they haven't, and I just checked. Eric, you have to understand that the Department of Homeland Security has 240,000 employees. We get the macro numbers. That's why I knew that there have been 1.3 million encounters or apprehensions on the southwest border this year. So they're collecting the macro numbers. I think it's just impossible to believe that he hasn't tasked at least one or two people to do the breakdown. So I'm quite confident the DHS knows exactly how many people have been returned, how many people are in detention, how many people have been dispersed throughout America. He doesn't want the American public to know. President Biden doesn't want the American public to know, because if the American public understands the true extent of this crisis, they will be outright outraged, and they hopefully will hold this administration accountable.
Yeah, Senator, every single apprehension is documented. It's logged. Every single deportation is documented. It's logged. They clearly know the number. They just don't want to tell us because it's embarrassing. Maybe they'll slip it in some document that they're going to send out to you later. But you're right. For Mayorkas to sit in a hearing, sit up there and tell us the number, which we know what it is. Senator, we know the number is probably around 8,500. I did the math. It's 15,000 Haitians were sitting under that bridge on Sunday. There's 5,000 now. That leaves 10,000 we have to account for. We know that they've sent back 1,500. They themselves have said they sent back 1,500. There are 8,500 illegal Haitians that are walking around America somewhere, and we don't know where they are. They don't want to tell us that. Do you think I'm about right with these numbers?
Well, first of all, I was talking about everybody, the 1.3 million apprehensions. Haitians, the 15,000, Eric, that's only a couple days worth of flow. The last couple months, we've been apprehending on average over 6,700 people per day. So the 15,000 under the bridge in Del Rio is just a little bit more than a couple days flow. But I'll tell you one thing that the Secretary was truthful about when he was saying to the senators, we have a plan, and we're executing that plan. They do have a plan. It's called open borders. And that is exactly what every Democrat presidential candidate pledged that they would carry out. It's certainly what President Biden said he was going to do. They were going to offer free health care. So this is the Democrat Party plan. This is exactly what this administration wants to do. I guess what they weren't planning on is how many people would take them up on their offer. I knew this would be an enormous surge. I've seen polls, tens of millions of people around the world want to come into this country. It's probably hundreds of millions. And you throw up our borders the way the Democrats have thrown open our borders, this is going to have very long-term consequences, but even short-term, according to the recently retired U.S. Border Chief, Rodney Scott, this is a significant national security, homeland security threat. We have no idea who's getting away, who's coming into our country, whether it's really from the southwest border or now the issue with the Afghans as well.
Senator, last time we had you on because there were some thousands, tens of thousands of Afghan refugees that were spread out around America. And in your home state, Wisconsin, got a bunch of them. But they were given this status, this pardon status, which means they can bypass the vetting process, bypass the actual legal way entry into America, and they're allowed to walk around. Let's take a listen to Ilhan Omar. Guys, if you can pull up Ilhan Omar talking about getting these pardons for Haitians, it just drives us crazy. Take a listen.
So I want this president and this administration to grant them pardon because it is something that they can do. And so many other people are calling on them to do that as well.
And so, Senator, Senator Schumer actually asked for the pardons as well. It's unbelievable. Tell us about that, and especially because it hits you in your home state of Wisconsin so hard, they're putting people with pardons into your state with no vetting whatsoever.
Well, again, we're two different issues here. We're talking about the Afghans coming in from that the embarrassing surrender in Afghanistan. They are giving a 2-year parolee status, which confers on them certain legal rights. They don't have to stay on those Army bases like Fort McCoy. They have rights. They can disperse themselves around the country. Haitians are a different issue, and we're seeing that they've returned some of them, but Haitians are being treated like pretty much everybody else on the southwest border. It sounds like family units, unaccompanied children. They're being processed and being dispersed all throughout America. DHS is not notifying cities and states in most cases. People are just showing up, and it's going to be the states and local governments are going to have to deal with this, and it's going to cost Americans hundreds of millions of dollars to support these people, which I believe is the Democrat grand plan. If you let more people in that become dependent on government, they become dependent on the party of government. Democrats will further mortgage our kids' future, but that's what Democrats want to do, mortgage our kids' future. It doesn't make any sense. I hope more Americans are awakening to what Democrats are up to. We'll see in November 2022. I hope that Americans sweep Democrats from power, because this is what their game plan is. These disasters are the result of their policy.
100% agree with you, Senator. And by the way, I went to the New York Times website, and they say that only 0.4% of Haitians are vaccinated. We're letting 8,500 or how many thousands, counting thousands of people into this country without vaccinations. Yet, if I want to go to church, I have to wear a mask, and I better show a vax card if I want to go get a bite to eat at a local restaurant. Senator Ron Johnson, always good to have you on the show. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.